love. Here we go. We're gonna start this like this. So blood clot. You mean?
Yes,
started like this.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Guapo.
It's your boy PT.
And this is the talk of the times.
No, this is the game called life.
Oh, this is the game called life, man. And we are
the talk of the times.
Love it, man. Listen, God bless you, number one.
God bless you.
God bless you, Scooty. God bless you, Sauce.
Yeah.
God bless everybody here, you know what I mean? Because like how you were saying just before we got in here, the team is looking really nice right now.
Oh, for sure.
I'm feeling like Pat Riley. You know what I mean? I'm at the top and I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm orchestrating the thing now and it's just different.
It's different.
But like, we were talking about it the other day. And I really do like our sit downs when we're one-on-one, you know, in the crib, away from whatever, and we just keep it jiggy and we keep it real with each other because those are the real conversations that really do make impact on me personally. But I feel like when you're doing that with somebody who you're connected with spiritually, mentally, all of that. So we were speaking of like, man, the come up and like where we're at right now. And it's like, I was explaining to PT, like, talk of the times to me came from like, I was just going through it, like already bare things are going on in my life, like in my personal life, my family, my relationship. I was like, everything just felt like it was just caving in. And then for me, I was like, man, like, I was going through it mentally, so I knew like I needed to really make an avenue for like the male mental health thing, right. And that's how this came about. Right. So I would go to PT, and what sparked having PT with me was when we reconnected, we would just have like these like continuous conversations of just like gems, like speak like, and I would be like, man, like. It's almost like this is like this what we're doing is like it's just like lost value. Like it's just like I'm like, man, we gotta when we speak, like we speak.
It's true.
So I was like, we gotta get this together and like we gotta put this like on the air. Like people
content.
Like,
people need to hear this and understand what time it is. You get me?
And then so boom. So then that was like, okay, well, let's order the equipment. So I go do my little YouTube thing. Shout out to YouTube because, man, like, I really do be going on YouTube and, like, researching how to do this, how to do that. So I literally was just, like, plugged in the, how to start a podcast or equipment needed to start a podcast. Boom. That was the first step. I was like, all right, looked at it. The channel gave me, like, the breakdown of the prices of everything. Then I'd keep going to the crib and I'd keep talking about it and talking about it. And PT would be like, yo, like, are you going to buy the equipment? Are
you though?
Yeah, well, I did.
You're here now.
And that was just like, all right. And then we got that ordered in, and then the logo was made, and then the name of the podcast was created, and then the Instagram profile, and then the link tree, and then, our first session with Waterfront Studios.
Shout out Waterfront.
We got a lot of good love on it. And I was just like, damn, we came a long way. And for me, I'm just like kind of
all thanks be to the Lord, man.
I'm really grateful, man. So we're here. It's Saturday night, man. How have you been, PT? What's going on with you, man?
I'm well, man. I'm well. I can't complain, Could always be worse.
Definitely.
But the real question is, how are you? I know you just, suffered a loss.
Yes, man. Yeah, man.
My condolences to you and your family.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That already.
Yeah, for the people out there who are going to be listening. Yeah, my father recently passed away on Thanksgiving Day. So that was really tough. Mentally, I feel like, I'm hurting.
For sure.
I'm hurting. Like you have someone, a loved one, nonetheless your father, pass away. It's a lot to deal with mentally, internally, spiritually, physically too. Like, I was just kind of going through the motions. But for me, like, my father was sick for about 7 years. So I feel like the process was very long and draining, you know, and as you know, like, I had to endure a lot,
Right.
and I had to go through a lot. And
So what are some of the things that you did to kind of help you get through it?
well,
I know you're not fully through it, but
no, that's a great question. Number one, definitely is my faith in God.
amen.
And my mother's very spiritual, and you know, I really have been praying a lot, and I know within my own soul that he is at peace with the Lord.
Amen.
So I think that's what faith really brings.
Amen.
You know, because I feel like if you don't have faith, then you'll probably be handling the situation with like rage and anger. And for me, like, I've been sad, I've been down, but I'm at peace. That's the biggest thing, because seeing your father suffer within like that last week was really, really hard on me, and it was really hard on my family, and I know that. And I think when he was at peace, for me, that was kind of what I needed. But like, nonetheless, I think I'm more maybe like in shock still. You know, like, I go home, he's not there. You know, seeing my mother sad, seeing her not being able to sleep, seeing like my sisters mourning and still crying and stuff. That's what hurts me the most. You know what I'm saying? But the week before my father passed, you know, I had told him, I made a promise to him. And I said, listen, Pops, like, I'm going to be strong. You know what I mean? I'm going to move forward. I got to take care of moms. I got to take care of my sisters. And those are probably the last words that he probably heard from me. So for me, I got nothing.
Gotta stand on that.
Yeah, I got to stand on that. But I have a battery pack now in my back now.
Facts.
Like,
You got an angel watching over you too.
he's, you know what I'm saying? 2 years ago, my grandmother passed away in the same hospital on the same floor across from my pops.
That's crazy.
2 years and like 2 days to the date. You know what I'm saying? And that was 2 months before my wedding.
That's deep.
My grandmother passed away 2 weeks before my wedding. Then I got married. Then within the year, separated, divorced. You know, had a home, had to sell my home. You know, had to move back in with my mom's, which at the time, but see, this is where everything comes together, because everything is meant to be.
Yeah, don't you ever take that shit for granted.
Because and everything happens for a reason, because
Yes,
I was home and I was there for a good year before my father passed away every day. And although it hurt me so much, because I was seeing my dad's progression go down. That's what people don't understand. So anybody out there with a family member with Parkinson's, you could last till your 90s with Parkinson's, but my father also had dementia. So the dementia was sped up the Parkinson's, which the Parkinson's just breaks down the connection from mind to action. So that's why the shakes happen, because if you would be able to control your shake in your leg right now. Or if you wanted to cross your toes, you can cross your toes.
Right.
You can't do that. That's what the Parkinson starts canceling all that out. So essentially what happened to my father was his mind couldn't tell his throat to swallow. So he couldn't consume food, and he couldn't consume water.
Wow.
So for the last week of his life, that's what he had to go through. And that's what I had to see firsthand. To see your father ask you for water,
And you can't give it to him.
you know what I'm saying? And you can't give it to him. You have to dab this little like rubber thing and just put it on his lips. That's the only thing you could do. So I'm here. You know what I'm saying? This does feel good to get it off of my chest. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just that type of person where a lot of other people may not want to share that stuff with the world, because this is what we're doing. We're going to be streaming.
Right.
The world's going to hear this.
For sure.
But I want the people out there to understand
Yeah, what do you want the people to take from it?
that do not take life for granted. Don't take anything for granted. You know, there's probably situations where people don't talk to their fathers or don't talk to their mothers or vice versa. Like, give your mother a call, give your father a call, mend your bridges.
Tomorrow's not promised.
Tomorrow's not promised. You know, my dad was a very, very loving man, a very devoted man to his family, but he was a man of few words. So understand this, when I was growing up, I felt a little bit of resentment towards my father because my father had me at 44. So when I was 10 years old and I was going through my things as a young man, he was 55, was still working like 60-hour weeks just trying to get it for me and my family. So plus on top of that, my father was always kind of really like a closed off man. But I was young and I didn't understand at the time. When I grew older, I finally realized, I'm like, he's just different. He's just...
Some people are just different.
Yeah, like he's just to himself. He's just closed off. But I never went unfed. He never said any bad words to me or treated me wrongly or hit me. Like, you know, obviously my little 1-2 on the bum, you know, but like, took care of my mother, took care of my sister, the love he had for Vanessa, for my sisters, you know. Those are the things that I'll always remember with my pops. Will always last forever with me. He would always teach me to respect women.
For sure.
Do not lay your hands on women.
Yeah.
Do not, and with your partner, especially your life partner, respect her. I had this conversation with my father on a Sunday with Black 17 for like an hour.
Right.
My dad, the Sunday was when my dad was like, he was like up, you know what I'm saying? And he knew what was happening. Because the Sunday before the Thanksgiving, that's when he was in the emergency. That's when the doctors came and said he would not be able to consume food or water. That's the day we knew that we were near the end of the road, you know? But and even he's on, let's just say respectively, he was on his last bed. And he still had the love,
joy
to talk to me and my girl about how to conduct ourselves in a relationship, man. Knowing that in a few weeks, his day is going to come. That's a real man right there, man.
For sure.
You know what I mean? That's a real man. So sometimes when I'm stepping out of pocket, whether it's in my relationships or, you know, I got to focus on that moment. Because that to me is something that will forever be in my heart and my soul. And the love still that he showed. Like, the love that the man shows. Is that your phone?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Put your phone on silent, people. Come on. All right.
Really? You hit me with it twice?
I hit it with you twice.
I apologize, man. I'm sorry.
But anyways, at the end of the day, like, you know, what comes with that is you experience things and you have to grow and learn. You have to grow.
You have to live it. You have to go, you know, got to put in the work, right?
I mean,
how you feeling now? Where you at now, mentally, physically? You know what I'm saying? What's the next step for you?
Then honestly, so with everything that has transpired, obviously leading up to now, man, like I have been in a great space, in a great headspace, you know, and that is because of my faith, my family, and my friends, like you, the gang in Niagara, you know, my girl.
So you just have a really good support system.
Yeah, a great support system. So I think that another way to handle, you know, I guess what you would say a tragedy or like a loss, a big loss, right, is to definitely find a support system. And you know,
not everyone's gonna deal with it how you deal with it, right?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's very true. Like I've been able to go to the gym, and I signed up for a soccer league with my boys in Burlington and Josh and some friends in Niagara. So I think that's been helping me going to soccer, being able to like.
Well, you just been finding outlets, right? Rather than
like
finding bad ways to go about it, like drinking and partying and all these other things that you could.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. I definitely feel like I've been trying to gravitate more towards that. Having the week off work, haven't been able to go with the gym with the boys has been good. You know, obviously just trying to stay busy. But how you were saying before was everyone handles their griefs differently. That's very much true.
Right.
Because I feel like my sisters, they've been like really, really hurting.
Right.
And I see that physically, but then it also makes me feel a little guilty because I'm like handling it differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, so I feel like I just, you know, when it comes to that, I just try to tell them I love them and, you know, I'm here. We have a family group chat, tap in, you know?
100%.
But, you know, at the end of the day, listen, mentally, I'm good because I've been, you know, I'm very strong. You know, I'm a very strong-willed person. I feel like when I get knocked down, I get back up again twice.
Ain't no other way around it.
Having a good support system, staying busy, try to eat clean. I've been trying to drink my water, trying to just go to the gym because those things make you feel good. You know, organize my room, you know, clean, try to get things, like even my desktop. Like I have, like my desktop was scattered with files at Scooty. You probably have like your desktop scattered with files. I organized and made folders for them on the MacBook, you know, because that makes me feel good. I started to read, picked up a book, even though I just read it like a 2 chapter, at least, like, you know what I'm saying? So little things like that. Man.
Find your outlet. And
you know, find your outlet and, you know, give thanks, man. And like,
it could always be worse.
It could be me. Sorry.
It could always be worse.
It could always be worse. But, you know, always at the end of the day, I'm going to definitely, the marathon is going to continue.
Hey.
And I'm going to definitely, you know, keep this running for my pops and for our last name, for our family, man.
Hey, once again,
you know,
my condolences to you.
Thank you, bro. Man. Thank you, man. And I've been having great support from all my friends too. You know, me love from social media, and you know, this is a good time for me to actually thank everybody because I haven't been able to thank everybody personally. But thank you to everybody out there on social media, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, personal texts, all of that stuff.
That reached out.
Yeah, God bless you guys, man. And you know, we're definitely gonna keep it going. The podcast is definitely gonna be surrounded by love and watched over by my pops, and that's all I could really ask for, man.
The glass is always half full, never half empty.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So I mean, other than that, I feel like, you know, when we keep progressing in this game called life, we got to keep learning and adjusting, and I think with that comes having to open up with people, you know what I mean, about the situation.
Instagram audio.
Oh, that's Frost. Jeez. Let me see what's Frost saying. Yo, Frosty, what up? Hold on, can I hear him? Yo, Frosty, what up? Frosty, talk to me. Shit, can't hear him. Hello? Yo. Frosty. Oh, he's in his car. He's probably just put that in. We have a special guest coming.
Yes, we do.
Come on. We have a big guest coming.
Major. Gang them. Yeah, gang them forward and still, you know the vibe.
Gang them is forward and man, like that's, I guess this brings this whole thing into fruition where as far as like we came from that and now we got new Mr. Nouveau coming. They're here. I think they're here. Let me give this guy a ring. Yo, they're here, man. Listen.
Yeah, we wrapping this up.
Let's wrap this episode up, man. What do I do? Just press this record over here? Yo, we're gonna wrap it up. Shout out to PT. Shout out to Pops, man. I had to get that off my chest.
I appreciate you.
Know what I'm saying?
I know he loves you. I know he's watching over you.
Yes,
you know
sir.
The vibes, man.
Yo, God bless you, man.